What's it all about? What do they mean? Hello and welcome to the video. Welcome back if you're a regular here. If you're new, good to see you. So, for this video, I wanted to talk about hidden messages on Depeche Mode vinyl records. Yeah. But we're not talking about hidden messages in the music. I'm talking about actual messages scratched into the surface of the vinyl. I don't know about you, but I have noticed on my records, on the runoff, you know, where the needle gets to the middle and then it runs off to the end and then the needle lifts off, in between the grooves around there are all sorts of completely random and bizarre little hidden messages. So I thought I would grab my collection of Depeche Mode 7-inch singles. We're going to look at 7-inch singles for this video. And together we can take a look and discover what messages we can find. So if that sounds interesting, if that sounds something you fancy, stick around and we'll see what we can find. Okay, so here we have my box of 7-inch singles, and if we start at the back we have Dreaming of Me. Okay, so on side A, well actually the first thing to mention is how filthy this record is. It doesn't look bad until you zoom in to this extent. But anyway, so on side A there's actually two messages, and the first one reads, a Porky Prime cut. Hopefully you can read that. A Porky Prime cut. And also on the A side we have, that's Andy Ari. That's Andy Ari. And on the B side we have another, a Porky Prime cut, but we also have Stick It in the Oven. Stick It in the Oven. Next up we have New Life. So on the A side of New Life we have Musical Moments, plus again we have a Porky Prime cut. So I think this Porky Prime cut is kind of the signature of the guy who was making the cuts, making the record, right? So I think I'm going to ignore these Porky Prime cut ones from now on. And then on the B side of New Life we have Sing Along Mode. Sing Along a Mode. Next up we have Just Can't Get Enough. And on the A side we have, as well as the Porky's message, we have this one's for Jew. J-U. This one's for Jew. And the B side says, greetings to Twinkle Toes. Greetings to Twinkle Toes. Next up is See You. And on the A side here, as well as lots of dust, honestly my records do not look bad. I thought they were clean, but when you zoom in this close it's shocking how filthy they are. Anyway, on the A side we have the Big Apple crunch. Oh, I can't read that. This decision. The Big Apple Crunch decision. Can you read that? Just about. And then on the B side we just have Bilbo Tape 1, which I think is just more to do with whoever was working on making this cut. Bilbo Tape 1. Okay, moving on, we get to The Meaning of Love. Now, I've had a good look, but sadly I can't find anything on either side of The Meaning of Love. No hidden messages on this one. But that's not a problem. We have plenty to go through. So let's move on to Leave in Silence. And on the A side there is a message, but this is the faintest one yet. So you may have to take my word for it, but it says little there. And it goes on, little birds. Oh, I can't get it to focus. Little birds pecking. It's really hard to make out. It's so faint, but it does say little birds pecking. And then if we flip over to the B side, now this one is so faint it's almost impossible to read, and it's really hard to get the right angle to show you on camera, but there it says little and then birds taken the worm. So that was Leave in Silence. I just wanted to show you the catalogue number shows as clear as crystal. That's been inscribed really deeply, but the little hidden messages on this are so faintly scratched in. You can almost see it there actually. It's really hard to get the light at the right angle, but when compared to the cat number that you can see clearly there, it's much better, much easier to read. But anyway, let's move on and see what else we can discover. Next up we have Get the Balance Right. And thankfully this is clear as day. It says live coming soon! Exclamation mark. And on the B side, if we can focus, we have the eagle has landed. The eagle has landed. Interesting. Next in the box we have Everything Counts. And on the A side we have the message Tiv, 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 Tiv? Is that 4 Tivs and exclamation marks? Very odd. Tiv, 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 Tiv. And then on the B side, continuing the Tiv theme, we have most sincerely Tiv. Most sincerely Tiv. Very odd. If anyone has any idea what the Tiv bit means, let me know. Right, I think we'll do a couple more for this video. Let's see what we have up next. If I can grab it. Come on. We have Lovin' Itself. Okay, this is another one that's really quite faint and hard to pick out. But it says, I think I've got, and I'm pretty sure that says euthanasia. I think I've got euthanasia. That is so random. And if we take a look on the B side, again, quite hard to make out, but it says, anyway, I've got to go now. Anyway, I've got to go now. So that was Lovin' Itself. Very strange. And we'll make this the last one for this video. We'll take a look at People Are People. Okay, let's have a look, see how weird this one is. That says toast, Hawaii, coming soon, exclamation mark. Toast Hawaii, coming soon. That is pretty weird. And then on the B-side to People Are People is one of the longest and perhaps strangest yet. It reads, it's just it. It's just a quest. Q-U-E-S. Can you see that? A question of copying. So one more time. This is an odd one, isn't it? It's just it. It's just a quest. A question of copying. So there you go. Who knew? Who knew that this wealth of random, bizarre little messages was tucked away just around the centre label on Depeche Mode vinyl? I find it fascinating. I really do. I think my favourite out of all of those that we just found, well, there's a couple. Sing Along a Mode made me laugh. And then Greetings to Twinkle Toes. What does it all mean? It really fascinates me that in the case of Dreaming of Me, that's 40 years ago, somebody scratched, what did they put on that? That's Andy Arry and Stick It in the Oven. They scratched that on there. And here I am 40 years later reading these messages thinking, what on earth? What's it all about? What do they mean? If you have any information about these little hidden messages on Depeche Mode vinyl, I'd love to know some of what the references are, what the history is about this stuff. So there you go. And there's loads more. I could have carried on. If you want to see me do more of this, let me know. I'd happily, go through my whole collection and see what I can find. And of course, the other big thing I discovered whilst doing this is just how filthy my records are. I was genuinely shocked by that because to the naked eye, they look fine. And, I do clean them and I brush the dust off and I take care over my records, honestly. But once you get that macro lens on them, they are just filthy. So I need to find a better way of cleaning my vinyl. Clearly, if you've got any recommendations for what I can do to clean them up, let me know. There you go. I really hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was interesting. I will pick out another one of my videos from this channel, pop it up here for you. So if that looks interesting, please check it out. And if you're not subscribed, please do. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.